come and flood galaxy. Come on, everybody, come.
Had a crack in it, and it had a crack in it for a while, and it hadn't been like structurally unsound, but I guess while I was loading it in the dishwasher, I tapped it in just the wrong or the right place, depending on your context, and it shattered into a million pieces. Well, not in a million pieces. It shattered into two really big pieces and a few little ones, and the little ones are exactly where my walking path is going to be. I could not see them earlier because I was looking at them from a different direction, but now I look on them with new eyes, and the fact that I am not wearing shoes as context. I'm going to eat all of these.
Yeah, I was totally going to come in here and message you saying, am I not invited?
You are.
Are you not invited?
Would you like to be uninvited to feel extra included?
Wow.
When we last left our heroes, when we last left Diggery.
I think I see what looks like a trap in the hallway ahead of me.
You'd have just messaged me and said Forza. He just all bailed out of his channel.
Poor kid. Maybe he was here for the last 25 minutes.
Shouldn't have had that kid, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, an hour.
Oh, I guess there wasn't there was a trap. I'd already tripped the bear trap last time we were here. I forget what I'm currently working on. I think I have to go escort Dean Domino to his final resting place. That he doesn't die. His final spot before we can get into the casino. Which, reminder, will only activate if a fireworks show goes off or something. Anyways, I just stepped in a bear trap.
Yeah, well. You also just fought a giant cockroach, so, with a butter knife.
That's not a butter knife. That's made out of Saturnite, not butter. Oh yeah, so there's the electric hot plate. You might see the recipe.
You never.
You need a higher lockpicking skill.
I mean, technically, if it's something that never cools down, you'd have to be really careful about heating it up, because
that is a point of lore.
Unusable.
Oh yeah. What are you doing? Oh yeah, I think I'll take this
adventure.
I'll take a carton of cigarettes.
Everyone finds this. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry you're here. Yeah. Oh yeah, someone has left a journal talking about how crap it is. And he hopes whoever owns the casino is fine. Sinclair is his name.
They're really generous with your lockpicks breaking. Actually, I guess that's the picks breaking depends on the level, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think it.
Gun cabinet.
There's another BAR in there.
Yep.
Apparently, just called an AR in this game, which is technically not in. Dude, it's whatever. Dude, it's a bear trap. Let's go.
At least it's not a landmine. Can't imagine somebody stepping on multiple landmines in a row.
Yeah, what a shame that would be if the powder gangers left those in their own front porch, and I happened to find them. Multiple
times.
In a row.
Verd, I told Shuda we'd give you to him for Forza for $5. Just so you know. I'd let you in on the conversation.
Conversation being you're only worth $5 to Evan.
Yeah. I figured if you wanted, you could chime in as well. Wow, you are, wow, that light's very bright.
It's nuclear powered, you see.
I see. You're having quite a little journey here through the streets, though. Do you know where you're going?
Yeah. My objective marker is on the lower left. See? There's the fountain. And there's Dean Domino.
Was that him floating above the fountain, the boss man? The one who put these bow ties on our necks?
Haven't you been here for 200 years and you're just now seeing him?
Right? You should definitely know.
Those people are going to swarm the gates, Vira hologram or no. Yeah, don't you? Or guess DiggeryK's got lost along with the rest of the hollow archives when the bomb hit, huh? Ghost in name.
I think if memory serves, he actually knew Vera.
Looker, though. Got to hand it to Sinclair. Sure can't pick him. Well, or get picked. Whichever.
Can you tell me about her?
Star back before the bomb. Not the best actress, but
She had other talents, yes.
she had other talents. Nice.
I don't want to spoil it too much, but I think she was involved in trying to rob the casino owner.
She caught his eye. Once he was hooked, that was it. Had to have her. So
Makes sense.
productions, and guess what? He builds this place for her like some kind of Cleopatra obsession. Wasn't always a death trap.
It wasn't always a death trap. Somehow, a nuclear
So,
war going off happened to be the only reason.
Of course you do. Let's
Oh yeah, I forgot. He's the only guy I could talk to and actually get information
like
from.
a rooftop in Puesta del Sol.
as opposed to a
Better days.
split personality
Nah,
psychopath,
it's the
or,
last place
you know,
anyone wants
somebody
to
with
stand
literally no
when
vocal
the
cords.
goes off.
Yeah.
Place during
Although I believe the lady with the vocal cord problem also doesn't even know anything.
Prime resort spot for ghost people. Not the best of neighborhoods. If we're going there,
Oh.
I'm not going alone.
I forget what
And
place
if
in
you
his
have
soul
any fine
means.
ideas about telling me to stroll over
Puesto in English.
or leave me there?
Position.
No thanks.
The neighborhood we're going into is called Position of the Sun.
Partner, I'm not sure.
What
this guy's
what a
operating with
what
full
a
deck.
nuke-related neighborhood.
Right?
COD Black Ops, I have the solution.
Nominator. He figures the strong.
We don't need Nuke Town. We need Puesta de Sol.
Sounds like the strong man's
Plaza del Sol.
minds about-
Puesta.
Plus,
Nah.
I'm guessing wherever old
Plaza del
Golden
Sol
Boy's
better.
needed doesn't need
Oh, that's
stars.
different.
I hope not. Or we're royally jonesed.
It's all made up language,
Christine,
anyways.
that's her name? Nice name. I mean, you
Says the guy learning German.
Never mind. No, I don't know.
Oh yes, that mighty German empire of the middle of Europe,
Important.
compared to Spain, which owned the second largest empire ever.
Got me. And me.
How long ago was that?
I've had
Little longer agoer than that whole thing with Germany did. But Germany isn't.
Don't get me wrong. I can hold
Germany
more
is
than-
currently defined by no longer having an empire. Spain is just defined as being around.
I'm
So,
the odd man
you know.
out in this whole place.
Except for that little period during the, majority of the 20th century where they were defined by being owned by a fascist dictator that specifically kept his head down while fascist dictators were busy getting bopped during the 40s.
I don't understand how this is.
all the way to the 70s.
I don't understand how being a bit of a pragmatist suddenly means the whole country sucks eggs.
It doesn't, but they've been ruled by a fascist dictator for like the last
The
50
follow-up
out
to
of 70 years.
The follow-up to that is I don't see how that's a bad thing either, Herder. Oh wait.
Which means they are
Little bit of-
slightly better off than Detroit.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should follow him or actually learn anything about Spain. I know more about Mexico.
Crouching's hell on my knees.
Crouching's hell on my knees.
I'm trying to alert him to that bug behind him.
I mean, that bug is just kind of sitting there. I don't think he finds ghouls very tasty.
Yeah, well, there's a couple things I know about Mexico. They celebrate El Dia de los Muertos, which is very important to them. Cinco de Mayo is not Mexican Independence Day, and in fact, isn't very important to the Mexican people because literally a year later, the French came back and it kicked they ass.
Those machines.
Yes, but they didn't hold Mexico. That basically was what kind of cemented it as not worthwhile for the French to stay.
They still came back a year after the original Cinco de Mayo, kicked ass, and then left.
If we
Okay.
on stage, we avoid the low.
It's a projection of power. That's what America claims to do. And the chupacabra is a thing, I think. It and Bigfoot are always hanging around.
Don't forget to catch a Quetzalcoatl.
That's Central America.
Getting real tired of tourist season. No,
Tourist season. I'm so lost. Even now.
Yeah, the map in this game is a little confusing.
Yeah, imagine when you're in the actual open world and you're looking at the topographic map on something barely larger than a smartphone.
Oh. That guy's like, got him, and then there's another one, like right behind him.
To be fair, his brain can't all be there.
He literally just ices the guy down the alleyway. And the holsters his gun, backs into the doorway, and the one just sitting there with a freaking pipe bomb, just waiting for him.
We've been outsmarted by zombies in hazmat suits.
Alright. Well, you didn't help yourself by walking into the freaking mist, you dunce.
I'm immune to it for a little bit when he's my companion.
How immune to it are you now?
Right now? Perfectly immune. I'm not even in it.
Let's see about creeping by.
He did it again.
Oh, he's gonna do it again! He's like, yes, this worked, and nope.
I like how I still got my leg from over there.
It's just deja vu all over again.
Yeah, you get him, Dean.
Dude, Dean's a freaking...
I mean, when you have unlimited ammo,
Crack
why
shot.
not?
Yeah.
I'd be a crack shot if I emptied my whole magazine at a time, too. Also, a 9mm has no kick, and he's only, like, 30 feet away.
Finally parked in spaces.
Oh, no!
Can finally park in handicapped spaces. Let me just go up and claim the final W there.
Freaking kill stealer.
I'm stealing kills from a guy literally, like, under a race he has to put ghoul.
He's dead.
There's a bug in front of me. Gross.
Need a hand here, partner.
Stop being sarcastic, asshole.
Especially if you're asking for help. You're gonna blow up.
Nope.
Aww.
I have the amazing ability to run away.
Yeah, but you haven't demonstrated a very good ability to use said ability.
I don't understand the correlation here.
I mean, just last episode you did bum rush into a room like 6 times and die the same way every time.
Without double checking the footage, probably more than 6.
Yeah, that's just what I remember. It was funny.
Poke him with a stick or something.
I
He
do
does have
love
a very limited dialogue, doesn't he?
Well-
That or he's just really fond of poking things with a stick.
nothing unique to this game.
Feast.
No.
Yeah, it certainly would have been a boon if they had had him stop reminding you after a couple dead ghosty mans.
Right.
Because
If-
Scalar area. Now make
oh yeah, apparently he has to stay here and like sing or something like that.
Played better than you.
Okay.
I tell you.
Because I don't know.
Wiring looks like it's tied to the sound system in the villa.
Luckily, he's not an idiot, like by any measure.
Section.
Right, he's pretty smart.
So what? I stand.
Well, actually, everybody in this DLC is really smart, minus Dog
Tap them together.
and myself.
Yeah.
Well, safely.
Because anyone in the Brotherhood of Steel, at minimum, isn't retarded.
Look, I strike up the speaker system. There's going
But
to
Christine is currently handicapped.
place.
Yeah.
Any change in the sounds around here. The ghost people are not big on talking. They are big on listening.
Yes, I understand. The locals are upset.
More vicious than music critics, trust me. In the middle of town, tell you what. Why don't you just give me one of those space-age cosmic knives?
Trust me, I'd fucking love to.
Less painful checking out that way.
It's like, I find ghouls are somehow on my exception to be racist towards in video games and other lore. Like,
Yeah.
I hate clanners and clones more than I hate ghouls.
In the building.
But this guy's just an asshole.
Yeah.
Anything out of the ordinary, especially music.
I guess when you've been in one place for 200 years.
They'll be here fast.
I don't even remember the solution to this. I can't just lie to him
Right.
or
You can
something.
look all you want. I still feel safer with a pair of hologram escorts.
Oh,
to
that's
make
the
it
answer.
through the-
Holograms
Yeah, why
will shoot
not?
hologram bullets and kill everything for us.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the solution is. It's been 3 years, I think.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, those things are invincible killing machines. They're honestly powerful enough. I wonder why they don't just use those to fight wars.
They're science fiction, even by today's standards. Meaning in-game.
Today's standards isn't saying very much. You're in a backwards, dead society.
Yes, but the science is way advanced. See, they use nuclear power, where we use bullshit.
No, the nuclear power in this game is bullcrap.
Excuse me, call it what it is. It's
That's
magic.
not how-
Magic,
that's not how
Evan.
nukes
Use the
work.
word. Say magic.
This crouch is hell, my Sierra Madre is not getting any.
This is the setting in which the nuclear-powered cars explode with a miniature mushroom cloud because it's nuclear, therefore mushroom cloud. Even though the reason why
Magic.
mushroom clouds form is physics-based and not, you know, detonator-based.
Also,
You're going to fall down and get killed by that guy, and I'm just waiting for the moment when that happens.
I think that hologram's on my team right now.
Oh, that's boring.
It just occurred to me, I don't think there's any nuclear-powered aircraft in this setting.
That's kind of funny because nuclear-powered aircraft is something that actually did get tested in real life.
I think it worked, but just was unviable for a plethora of reasons.
It's heavy.
Well, a plethora of reasons.
If I had to come here, I stuck to the overhangs and roofs.
Although, I do like that they figured out jet engine make go fast from heat. Nuke make nothing but heat. And then they realized it also produces radiation everywhere.
Look up Project Pluto sometime if you want to see, like, nightmare fuel incarnate.
Did people get radiated?
No, it's
Not
literally
interested.
a nuclear-powered cruise missile that's entire goal was to fly over enemy territory and drop nukes on stuff while emitting highly irradiated exhaust the entire time. And then once it was finished, its mission.
Location: the Jackass Flats. I'm sorry, but my war crime boner is at maximum bone right now.
Maximum jackass.
I'm going to have to load this on a walking robot and stomp on several civilians before using this weapon. Oh,
I
apparently,
can help you in the cloud.
Apparently-
I'm immune, therefore.
apparently, Project Pluto also supplies astronomical software, both commercial and freeware, to amateur and professional astronomers. Yes, I have my new software that I produced. It's called Auschwitz. we provide spreadsheets to people who ask.
Is he really giving you crap for freaking looting supplies from long dead society?
The only reason you're not
didn't-
dead, Dean Domino, is because I would die if I shot you. Just so we're on the same page, you jackass.
Also, like, lie to me and tell me this isn't how this guy has been surviving here for 200 years.
Oh, apparently num-nums are still around.
Dude, nothing like a freaking 200-year-old irradiated Salisbury steak that you pulled out of some cabinet in a freaking irradiated, oxidized dead house.
Ooh, almost a dozen 357 rounds. How about that?
Nice.
Yes, please explain to me how any Salisbury steak is good for me.
Yeah. let alone all that other stuff you said. Uh-oh, it's under construction. You can't go in there.
Although, as another point of lore, ghouls are literally healed by radiation.
Oh, no. We're 3 for 3 so far in Diggery having to look
no,
on
there
Google.
I am. I have given up again. I think I need to get somewhere, and I can't figure out how to get there. Oh, you have to activate 2 holograms, and I can't find the second computer.
Oh, no.
There is another to just totally non sequitur. Oh no, it's Gladius is there in the ad. Can you see it?
Wait, is that what that is?
Killer Bundle 18. Gladius is free right now for the Skulls event. Apparently another game, Final Liberation Epic 40,000. I'm gonna look what that is.
Oh.
Final.
Wow, Diggery, I think you died in the game. You just,
Nah.
look at you go. You're just looking at all that information, sucking it up like a sponge.
No.
Dude, this mission won't even know what hit it. One time you're gonna hit Shift Tab, and someday you're gonna get back into the game, and you're gonna do this mission, and you're gonna know all the things. Either that, or you read really slowly.
I'm gonna wager I may have gotten up to use the restroom. I'm back.
Oh, there he's back alive.
Ah!
Nope, he's looking up Gladius. Nope. If you'd have clicked on the ad. Oh.
If I ever had to come here, I stuck to the overhangs and roofs, like sidewalks up there.
40K Final Liberation. Is this what I think it is? I may have seen this before. Oh my goodness, I think it is what I think it is.
You think it is what you think it is?
Is it not on Steam? Where do I get my free version, please?
The flickering hologram stares at you expectantly.
I think Final Liberation was a more true to tabletop.
Wait a minute.
Yes?
Why does the freaking hologram that's from pre-war in a society that wasn't destroyed take caps as payment for things?
You'll notice there's 0 caps in all slots. I believe it actually trades in the chips.
Okay, fine.
They just didn't update the UI for this one store.
That's so you gas bombs, though. That is a little odd.
Well, yeah, that's unusual, isn't it?
You know, I just go to my cafe in the high ritzy casino resort and, you know, buy gas bombs and high explosives at the freaking bar.
Okay. Oh my goodness, yes. So I have played Final Liberation before. It's a grid-based, but otherwise true to tabletop 40K game from like 96 or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looks atrocious, but these are the most adorable little pre-rendered Space Marines because they're 6 pixels tall.
Throw a pic in the chat.
I'm trying to find a better picture.
I mean, if it's 6 pixels, it's not going to look any better.
Grew over the years.
Well, I'm trying to find one that's not on a storefront. I mean, that's a wicked sick cover art. There's an Imperator Titan.
Ooh.
Or Imperator, if you want to be weird about it.
Yeah.
Here we go. That's gonna show up. Actually, it won't show up in the recording.
Oh, that's a nice art style, actually. That reminds me of the OG, like, Command & Conquer Red Alert.
Oh yeah, it is 96 pre-rendered. Might even be, I forget. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when it came out.
Quiet and watch where you step.
It's apparently free, but I can't find it because PC gamers don't know how to write a freaking article.
Yeah.
Crouching as hell on my knees.
What is that noise? It's like a pump.
I hear it as well, and I don't know.
Well, I guess you, old Diggery wasn't interested in investigating it either.
I'm gonna wager I didn't even hear it.
Small scorched book.
Wait, no, seriously, wait.
Watch out if you see a prize.
They seriously,
The ghost people leave.
you can get these games for free. By the way, we don't know how to tell you how to get the second game for free.
It's free. We don't know how, but
Oh, wait.
it is. If you
Wait a
can get
minute.
it.
Well, you can get the classic 90s strategy game free as part of the digital goodie pack on GOG. Okay. Dawn of War Master Collection. Nice. How do I get the goodies pack? Oh. Every summer they have this Warhammer Fest, and every summer I forget that I own Dark Future Blood Red States, which is it's apparently another game GW made, where you're on the highway with your combat cars. And it was I had fun playing it for the 3 hours I played it back in 2019. So, I should install it.
I've never heard of it.
It's simplified, but it's still not boring. I don't know how best to describe it. It's been a while. Yeah. Show only free games, GOG. Sorry, we couldn't find anything matching your criteria. My God!
This entire episode is going to be Diggery failing to find the free game that he...
The game is abandonware! I can just go download it!
Well, yeah.
I've done it before!
Much of our chances. Now I'm thinking I was wrong. What's the next step?
The next step is you need to sing when the fireworks go off, dickweed.
Powered the holograms up. Well, yeah, that's...
I mean, how is he surprised? He was with you while you did it.
Worked at the fountain. Vera kept
Sometimes people just don't believe in you, and sometimes they're also just assholes.
suddenly go out and...
Yeah.
I don't know. This still sounds risky to me. For me.
Okay, I'm gonna stop looking up Final Liberation. I know for a fact it's abandonware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Just because they're handing it out for free doesn't mean me getting it for free elsewhere is gonna rile any feathers or whatever.
Even when you first showed
No.
up in the villa, you didn't threaten me. We're just willing to cooperate
Also,
through this.
We've discovered a new form of misogyny, also not related to what's happening on screen.
Company, then.
Don't be a woman should cook for me misogynist. Be a cooking is too important to be entrusted to women misogynist. And then in parentheses he says it's Nishan.
The bell tower. That's where you'll trigger the airlock. It's a ways up. I'm sure you'll...
Okay, now I need to get to a bell tower and then actually start the gala or whatever.
Yay.
I like how he's just sitting there smoking now.
Right. It's like, oh, this is fine. You turned on the holograms. They'll keep me safe. I'll just have a smoke, and then I'll sing.
I wonder what song he'll sing.
I don't know. Probably something from the 40s.
Oh yeah, you can see the outline of the hologram's face just a little bit. Smooth moves there, bud.
Okay. Okay.
In my defense, nobody could see it except for everybody.
It's just, that's literally like the act of a child that just picks something up and throws it just because as they walk by.
Yeah. I do wish the loading screens would apply to what I'm doing here.
Yeah. It's kind of weird seeing stuff for Hoover Dam and all that jazz during the...
And I believe
Sierra
I'm in
Madre.
Mexico, yeah.
Dude, it'd be really cool if they were ever to like graphically remaster it. This place would look really cool.
Oh yeah, that's the nice thing about horror and its very stark lighting is that even with low graphics, it looks great. Dead Space 1 and Fear come to mind.
Yeah. Fear never got a remaster, did it? I don't think it was popular enough to have like gotten that attention, right?
No, it got a 2 and a 3, and they. Calm down. It also got a Fear
actually
Online
do it
made by some Koreans. That was a free-to-play mess that luckily no one heard about. No, two and 3 were.
Game.
2 and 3 were technically competent, but totally missed the spirit of Fear 1. Oh, a bear trap.
Dude, that leg is still attached somehow.
You clearly don't understand what stim packs are capable of.
Magic? Can you imagine like how much freaking damage just stepping into one bear trap would do? Let alone, you know.
Honestly, no, I can't imagine because I've never I've never seen that happen to a man. Not
Neither
really.
have I, but you've seen a bear trap go off before, haven't you?
Well, not with a bear in it either, because I always imagined bears as these indestructible little soft-eared little mans. And then here I am getting the
See,
fifth
Diggery
one in a row.
Frustrated. And
Get out of here!
too late.
You just have to go to a bell tower, you asshole. Let's just go.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's gonna blow up. Nope,
Nah.
he's running closer to it. Oh.
Yeah, climb up the ladder for safety, dickweed.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
That is kind of a bad situation to be in, though, because you gotta kind of make a quick decision before you blow up.
It drives me crazy. That is an interlaced screen that is curved. It is effectively a CRT, but it has the features of a liquid crystal display, like old calculators and Game & Watch.
Oh.
And I just walked into a booby trap made out of a steel
no.
bar. An I-beam just crushed my
You just got
spine.
bonked. Oh, that's fantastic.
It's
He's got
disgusting.
outplayed by a freaking zombie plant. Oh,
I think it knows I'm here.
get him, Dig. There you go.
Yeah, notice I'm almost dead.
Yeah, but you got him. Sorry, you got a plenty of scotch.
Yeah.
Just drink a bunch of alcohol and you'll forget you're hurt.
I don't think I will for any of the Fallout games, but being unarmed sounds like so much stupid fun.
What,
Like-
playing
Well, yeah, just
with just like a melee weapon?
no, unarmed. Boxing.
Like just with your bare fists? Okay.
Pugil. Well, there's a few I like brass knuckles and stuff, but largely like that's it. Is you just punch
Yeah.
stuff. So I don't know. It'll be years before I finally get around to recording Skyrim. I might be the most anti-elf, racist fist puncher you've ever heard.
Dude, there's gonna be some serious problems for you doing a fist only playthrough of Skyrim. I know this because you have to at certain points kill dragons.
I don't think you understand. I can punch them.
Yes, but they can tell you no in the most literal sense.
I don't think you understand. My fists are the fists of destiny, and they're going in those fucking dragon asses and coming out with more than they went in with. There's a radroach stuck in the pavement.
That's funny. Yeah, that's gonna be a long playthrough.
Oh my god.
Or a short one.
I'm looking up racist things to say in a D&D setting, and the first one is said to a drow, hi, racist epithet, and then a paragraph about why racism bad. Can I dislike
Okay.
this thing from 7? No, I can't. It's archived. Oh,
You
there.
disarmed the trap that time.
There's a character named Uncle Ruckus from a show called The Boondocks.
Uh-huh.
He was born white, and he had revitiligo, which means he got black skin at birth. Like, by the time he was 8, he was indistinguishable from a regular black person. But he was born before the 60s. He is the he represents like self-hating blacks in the allegorical sense. So someone tweeted at some point, "That's him, officer! That's that pointy-eared dark elf right there! Stinking up this fine white Nordic Skyrim!" Like that's the
That's the
tone.
picture.
That's the tone I want to go into Skyrim with.
Yes, yes.
But to really sell it, I need to not even be a Nord.
No, that's too on the nose.
There we
You
go.
remember to use the revolver that shoots the cheap bullets this time.
Yes.
And missed. See that coming a mile away.
Either that or it could be an Argonian in
It's
Skyrim.
teleporting back and forth in very, very sharp, unpredictable movements. Let's take a shot at him with the slow, freaking projectile rifle.
I think I didn't know it was slow moving. Found another bear. I managed to not be in the bear trap when it went off.
That's true.
Somehow.
Oh, he's gonna blow up.
Nope.
Oh! You were probably less than a second away from dying.
You're probably less than a second away from shutting up. I lived.
Nah.
Damn.
Fiction things.
Let me just eat dehydrated,
Instant mash.
powdered mashed potatoes.
Is that mashed potatoes or is that just mash as in like the freaking
I can look it up
ration
actually.
food?
I misspelled the word instant.
Either
It'll
one is
figure it out.
nasty.
Instamash is a food item found in freeze-dried and powdered mashed potatoes.
Well, that's still bad, but less bad.
With real dig-in flavor.
Ha.
I'd like to remind you that your character in Fallout 1, who lived in a vault his entire life, which I think is like until he's 18, literally cannot comprehend— I'm dead, by the way. I got clotheslined. Literally cannot comprehend any part of the sentence instant macaroni and cheese, and that's really funny to me.
Oh, he's learning.
That's the same one I got earlier.
I know, but this time you went right for it.
Wait.
Wow, that guy gave you the business.
Wait, a guy made a video where he made Instamash in real life. Retard! It's just freeze-dried mashed potatoes!
Yeah.
It's nothing unique to Fallout.
Next, let me tell me that he invented the 38 special revolver.
Well, yeah,
The Browning high power.
it's like how some of the recipes in the Fallout cookbook are Brahmin steak, otherwise known as go to the store and buy a steak. Like the Brahmin, it's just a two-headed cow. That's all a Brahmin is.
Yeah.
The more interesting recipes are like the Nuka-Cola, and there's a couple of the alcoholic drinks that also have the Nuka-Cola used as a base.
Yeah, I mean that's common for alcoholic beverages.
Well, yeah,
So
but the
use
Nuka-Cola
sodas.
is the unique part.
Very nice.
However, I don't remember the Nuka-Cola recipe offhand because I haven't looked at the book since I got it.
Isn't it just like Coca-Cola but with like 3 times the amount of sugar?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just
Like
let's be honest here.
Like, you know how Coke can get the stuff off your battery? Well, Nuka-Cola can sap the radiation out of your blood at painfully fast levels. Yeah, I actually have the recipe book over there. I'm not going to get up and get it, though.
Oh my gosh, dude, the the chemical process to do that quickly would just probably cook you from the inside out.
Just kind of the
chemical
joke I was
reaction.
going for, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, think about some of the worst cases of radiation sickness you've heard of. Now, imagine that being reversed within minutes. And I'd like to remind you that is not what Nuka-Cola does in the Fallout setting. All it does in the Fallout setting is have too much sugar.
Yeah. Oh. Your drugs just wore off.
Apparently, the FDA has approved the first human trials for the brain chip company. Brain chip, not chimp. Company.
Brain chimp. Uh-oh.
Is that your CNI monkey? No, it's my brain chimp.
And you found another.
I forget the. It's a clip from some show where a mannequin's head just explodes, and it's the first Neuralink users when they open a 50 petabyte zip bomb. Which,
Oops.
yeah, one of the big reasons I'm resistant to implants is
Yeah, that's got some pretty gnarly ramifications.
Well, that was the thing Deus Ex actually went into, I think, in most of their games. But in Human Revolution, a software update was pushed out, and because you can't go back on those things, because haha, fuck consumers, everyone got zombified except for you because you work for
Special.
Yeah, you're special, or you work for a big enough company on a special enough security budget that you can choose when to update.
Yeah, that seemed. It's possible. Did it say it was impossible to trigger it without injuring yourself?
I believe so.
Because you triggered it without injuring yourself.
Shh.
Also, it's a bear trap. It's always possible to trigger it without injuring yourself.
I don't personally know how to do that aside from like throw a 2x4 on the pressure plate.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
You just tap the pressure plate with a long enough stick. Unless maybe they're saying you don't have a stick.
I could believe that, but I'm also literally surrounded by garbage.
Yeah. Just pick up a brick.
2-hour collab or montage of me trying to like get a 3-pointer brick to bear trap throw, and I can't hit it.
Dude, that unironically would probably take up like 10 minutes.
Like Dog is sitting in the corner by his switches. Christine is at the computer. Dean Domino's at the microphone for 4 hours
From
each.
the back alley, you just hear like, brick.
Oh man, I
Damn,
broke
he's
the
going
brick.
It's going for the 3-quarter. I don't know how basketball works.
Eventually, I go to pick up the brick and accidentally step on the bear trap.
Or another bear trap that's been there the whole time and you just never saw before. You step on it.
I like my Browning automatic rifle.
Yeah. The BAR loses something though when you reload it like a toy.
Well, yeah.
Does kill him real quick.
These guys move the weirdest ways.
They move very fast.
They move physically impossibly.
Well, yes.
Or impossibly physically.
You have discovered the Campanas del Sol. It's the Campanas of the sun.
Pretty much.
Dude, he looks so ready to commit violence. It's like, yes, I will take this hammer and put it someplace you won't enjoy.
I'm more interested in how Vault-Tec decided to make all of these ahead of time. They really must have been thinking ahead.
Right?
Yeah, fast metabolism.
Huzzah!
Did I even pick a perk?
No.
Cool.
You might have picked a perk. I don't know how the UI works. It didn't look like you, like, approved it, but I might have missed it. You cannot have this jar.
Oh, there's
It
a
is
dead
not
man. There's a dead man there and a frowny face. Oh. I think this might be an actual morgue, which that layout does not add up.
No.
So it's probably not.
Could be.
This is a church. Oh yeah. I can't rearm a bear trap.
You have no idea how to do the thing.
Oh no. Don't you just grab the teeth and open it?
I am not familiar with bear traps enough to...
How to set a bear trap. Let me see how obvious it is. Okay, this is a bear contraption. Show me a bear trap, asshole.
Well, I mean, honestly, are you surprised they're not going to show you a freaking actual bear trap if you look for it? Oh wow, he brought friends. And he set himself on fire again.
Well,
You should really probably use your firearms for getting into combat with the things that have firebombs in close proximity to you.
it's okay. I have a knife.
Yes. You also have like a third of the health you had about 10 seconds ago. Oh, now you... Never
I'm gonna have
mind.
to ask you to stop being such a negative Nancy.
Yeah, but it's funnier that way.
I have this cool knife. Yeah, wait,
I think
Amazon.
that knife would be basically spotless instead of the tarnished mess that it is.
I mean, it has been sitting around for 200 years. It's got to weather eventually. Well, when I look up Cosmic Knife on Amazon, I obviously don't get something made out of a fictional alloy.
Are you sure?
Well, Cosmos...
Just all a government conspiracy.
I mean, these look like
tell you.
Counter-Strike skins more than they look like something. That's a tri-tip dagger. You can no, that's not a knife. That is a poke and stick.
You mean a sai?
Tri-edged stainless steel blade, reinforced nylon handle. Tri-tip dagger. Yeah, let me just buy these on Amazon. I don't need these. I don't. I already
How many
own.
things have you bought that you don't need
Evan?
in the last, like,
Evan!
36 hours?
30. None. Well, I did get something to eat after work yesterday, and I still regret it because it wasn't very filling.
What did you get?
Just Taco Bell.
Oh man, you reloaded just in time for that.
That does remind me, I do want to purchase a T90 model kit. But I'm gonna wait for a couple paychecks before I really start wasting money again.
Yeah, oh. And another bear trap.
This game fucking sucks! There's bear traps everywhere!
Dude, where do they even get bear traps? Like, I would say that you would have to struggle pretty hard to find a bear trap at all in a casino, let alone, like, hundreds of them.
Apparently chupacabras were such a problem out here.
I guess so.
Can you hear me? Damn transceivers.
Oh, here we go.
Link the callers to the speaker in the tower, then... There. Ready. The both of us. I'll keep Dog locked in his cage. You just open the Sierra Madre.
What are you waiting for, Rubber Pigeon? Strike up the band already.
Shut up, Dean.
You think the villa's bad now? You haven't seen anything yet.
Finally. Now, the gates will open, and so will the skies.
I'm very curious to know what's about to happen.
A bunch of lights, fireworks, and noise, and, a very interesting combat scenario. By the way, those fireworks have been there for 200 plus years now.
They just work perfectly, it's great.
Yeah, anyways, I don't want to go downstairs.
It's a lot of them.
If memory serves, I do the obvious and run through them. I hope.
Nah, you're probably gonna fight them all. Are they throwing stuff at you?
Probably. They have no brain cells aside from anger.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just trying to run through.
Dun 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 dun.
I ironically really like this courtyard because it reminds me of old Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
the video file is still running. Give it a second.
No.
Ah, yeah, I
there's
crashed.
already an instance
I
of
crashed
fraud in
normal.
Vegas. Now
Well.
we'll never know.
This is the perfect time to show you a picture of a bloodhound I found.
All right.
Look in the living room. Look at the dog.
Oh my gosh.
He's
what a
the
long boy.
droopiest boy.
Vert never went to go play with Shuda. What the heck?
Well, Shuda must not have had $5.
Shuda asked to play Forza like right when we got on, and it's just like, just ask Vert. He's not doing anything. And Vert just hung him out to dry. You know, we could probably cut that
Nah.
running down the thing, or you could keep the crash in.
It is part of the experience of playing a
You're going
10-year-old
exactly
game.
the wrong way. Excellent.
It's part of the experience of playing a 10-year-old game that I believe is poorly another bear trap, poorly optimized on release as well. But that is not I don't remember. I remember playing Fallout 3 on Windows XP, but I don't remember any of the specifics.
Oh. Dude, every time I expect you to blow up, but you don't.
I am great at subverting certain specific expectations and not most of the other ones.
Only the ones in retrospect. Oh, he's learned a ding. Yum yum deviled eggs. That's what I want from my 200-year-old vending machine in a city that's corroded to death.
Yum yum deviled. Yeah, let's see what these are. Often found in kitchens and abandoned houses. It doesn't actually say what they are. Well, they restore hit points, but also give radiation. I believe I could only hope that they are also freeze-dried and crumbled.
Right? Can you imagine, imagine having deviled eggs or any eggs in a
cardboard box.
Having them even in your refrigerator, and then your power goes out for like a day. How good would those things be after a day, let alone 200 years?
Look, all I'm saying is I'm pretty sure the clouds here showed up after I ate the eggs. Like, that's the only answer for why everything's dying.
It's so bad it retroactively went back in time and killed an entire city. Oh.
This is a one-way trip. I do not ever want to come back here.
I like how you immediately said no and then said, wait, yes.
Oh, yes, there's my party, unconscious. Dean Domino's in the Family Guy dead position.
Oh no! It was a trap. Everybody lost.
Actually, well, I mean, they're missing. I don't know where anybody else went. I think I was supposed to be looking at that hologram, but because I'm retarded, I didn't.
Well.
You inside. Can you hear me? Power's fluctuating. Emergency power. Oh, you are in. Good. Thought that might be the end of you. Unfortunately,
Nuh-uh, shut up.
Friends also found their way here, knocked unconscious, just like you. Wondering what happened? You were hit by casino security. Detects anything foreign, radioactive. It subdues the visitor.
Oh, yeah.
If needed.
Because, you know, that's the kind of security I can produce with holograms.
Who were trapped here. Shut that noise off. Looks like the casino moved your friends around once inside. Might be useful or not. Wonder if they came to help or kill you. Still.
Oh.
Just ignore him.
This is the past you're walking through. Few have ever seen it. No one else ever will.
Even this place, doesn't look preserved.
Well, I mean, it's been closed off to the elements, but 200 years.
I don't know if we really have a precedent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I cut the stream off at that point, because I'd made it inside.
Gotcha. Was that the end of the video, or is this still...
No, we got 20 minutes.
Okay.
If it'll load!
Oh, wait, that was a picture of what Dean Domino looked like.
Oh,
I missed that.
I also missed it. I'll find it. FNV Dean Domino.
Domino.
Ugh, I forget that you see him without his glasses on at some point. Ugh.
I worked hard to get here. It'll give me what I need before I leave. And it'll all...
Oh, he honestly looks like Andrew Ryan from
Oh,
BioShock.
way to wake this ghost up. Reminded, It's got guests.
I largely believe this is some sort of let's stealth around for a little bit and solve a puzzle that is nebulous at best.
Yeah. Oh. None of that crap.
I will be taking all of your alcohol, however. Abraxo. I forget what that's an equivalent to in real life.
Probably like Comet
I think so, yeah.
or Ajax.
Oh no, it's laundry detergent.
Oh.
Or
Tide.
Abraxidine. Oh, it's produced by Abraxidine Chemical. It can be found in many homes and laundromats.
Hey, more yum yum deviled eggs. Those are.
All I'm saying is I would eat exactly one bite of one just to see what it tastes like and no more.
Yeah, it's hermetically sealed.
Yes, apparently dog is upset somewhere.
Oh?
I remember Valve produced some sort of like, it works with most engines, game engines, and can do a really good job of propagating sound more naturally.
Uh-huh.
I wish that was more prevalent in video games. Nothing like, not even the sound whoring aspect, but, oh yes, I can hear things across way too far distances.
Yeah,
Oh.
there are a lot of video games where their sound design lets you hear way more than you should. I remember one of the Battlefield 5 updates they did in that fiasco, they made footsteps loud enough that people reported that we were able to hear people running around in planes as they flew over low altitude. So yes, it's a tricky bastard sound.
Alternatively, Australians, they should uninstall their shitty internet. I was playing Starship Troopers, and a guy did not understand the difference between proximity chat and team chat. And he was also trying to tell people what to do, and they don't listen to randos on the internet, they just want to play the game.
Yeah.
So it was really funny when he says, hey guys, don't do this, and then the guys did it because it was literally the objective.
And then he probably yelled a lot.
Yeah,
In
and
Australian.
while he was complaining in his native tongue, I just, nobody cares, and then he shut up. It was great.
The native language of Australia is, of course, profanity.
Oh, yeah. I understand. Well, he was trying to min-max the final encounter a little bit, but when you're playing on easy mode, shut up.
Yeah, you don't need to do that.
You can min-max on hard mode. But they were also talking about guns and stuff from the, like, yes, talk stats with the dude that you're with in team chat instead of proximity chat. Like, the stupidest thing, multiple times, several people like, I like proximity chat. It feels more natural, they said out loud in team chat.
I mean, I do like the idea of proximity chat. Especially, like, in multiplayer games. I think death chat in Call of Duty is probably the coolest thing.
Yeah, it was nice when you like kill some snot-nosed little kid across the map and then
Oh my god!
Puta madre!
Oh, you'll be able to gamble if the Sierra Madre is restored to power.
Yes, I do that.
Ah.
I
Spoiler alert.
Oh no, that thing I said I would do. I didn't max out my luck for no reason. Yeah, and the game conveniently tells you when your luck stat got you a winning hand. You get a little alert that says, you feel lucky. And I get that quite a few times to the point where I'm just he is changing positions.
Why'd he turn red though?
So that we know a state change has occurred. I can also just do that, because haha. Yeah, the hologram emitters, interestingly, do not require a direct line of sight to the holograms.
Dude, they do a lot of damage. You went very...
Yeah, I know. I don't dislike this as a little hacking puzzle, but sometimes they're like, yes, you have 5 out of 6 correct letters, and then I can't find anything else that is even close.
Should probably eat some more yum yum deviled eggs there.
You should probably mind your own business. I'm in a casino. I must mind my manners.
You must mind them. Yes, I don't mind them.
Oh my goodness, this is upsetting. I do have a soft spot for Russian tanks, mostly visually. I am watching a number of tanks they're using their little bulldozer blades to produce, quote, cope pyramids, and a British Challenger 2 just busts through that shit. Just drives right through it.
Wait, in Ukraine?
I don't know. Actually, I think no. Wait, I think this is a this is a Challenger tank using its own bulldozer to just pick up. Okay, I had this thing completely wrong. So the Russians somewhere had placed giant concrete pyramids down that could feasibly stop a tank, but they placed it on loose dirt, so the tank would just bulldoze it out of the way, which is a lot less worrying to me.
Yeah.
Not like I'm under any impression Russian tanks are actually going to win anything.
I mean, Russian tanks are theoretically perfectly capable.
Well,
but not when.
So is communism.
Yeah. Except Russian tanks are not predicated on human beings going completely against their nature in order to work. I like how you just have like 7 or 8 cosmic knives just rattling around in your backpack at this point, because you just pick them up. You can't resist every single time you run into one.
They're my good luck charms, and you know, Saturnite alloy exists only here.
Level of lock picking to pick the lock on this suitcase. It's like, what's that suitcase made out of? Leather? Oh, what do you got? Knife that'll cut through anything?
Yeah, if I heat up this knife, it will burn through anything as well.
You keep mentioning that, but you've also never failed to mention that you do not, in fact, ever do that.
Shut up.
You're literally just cock blocking yourself.
Why you gotta be a dick? I think I don't think I do, but you can apparently also produce a clean Saturnite knife.
Oh. So it's no longer got all that crap all over it?
Okay, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this 2 of these ago. Quote, they were also found to have incredible heat retention, able to stay super hot for hours after being heated over a stove. They were much more brittle when heated, and if left on an uninsulated surface, they would melt right through. And apparently cosmic knives have a 50% limb damage bonus, you know, for dismemberment.
Yeah.
Oh, if I combine it with a Braxo cleaner, I get a clean knife.
Oh.
Which deals even more damage. I don't remember.
Woke it up good. Emitter frequencies.
Oh, I finally turned on the station. Look,
Yeah,
there's little
that was
holographic casino mans.
Yeah.
Don't play slots, those are a losing game. I'm upset I lost a chip.
You can always tell when you're upset.
Casino security is shutting down. Opening
I like how they did it better here than Grand Theft Auto did.
back casino.
Dude, Grand Theft Auto's casino was a joke.
Well, yeah. You can't break, you know, the game by breaking the microtransactions, now can you?
Looking around.
No, but you can just straight up hack that game all the time, and nobody will ever do anything about it.
Although, yeah, before too long, and probably not in this video, I just go to playing cards because it's much faster.
Yeah.
As you can just mash like max bet, bet, max bet, bet.
So far, you're at -11. Let's see if you can break out.
I wasn't paying attention to what I bet. Oh yeah, I'm just going all black. Now I'm at +29.
You always bet on black.
Well, yeah, I hate red. Red is gross. Come on! Yeah, more money for me! Yeah!
It's a pretty, it's a very,
you feel
cool...
lucky, it said.
Nice.
Let me go find those, blackjack or Texas Hold'em tables.
It's a pretty cool, system, roulette. It's very, very intuitive.
Oh, yeah. I think it's gonna be that one, and then I spin it, and it's not that one. You go, darn! Some guy on Twitter said that with all these 40k games coming out, he's finally gonna start reading the lore. And so far, the synopsis of what he's learned is that everyone hates everybody, but the Emperor says, fuck them all. Yep. So I just told him, hey, bud, you're picking the wrong team. Start that little problem.
What was he, did he say what he read?
Well, does it matter?
No. I'm just curious.
Wiki articles for all it matters? I don't know.
Oh. Lame.
Huh. So apparently I kill somebody in the next 6 minutes. I swear.
Casino's woken up, paying attention to us. Good. Wondering what happened to your team? Looks like they got moved to other floors. Interesting. Maybe that's why... Oh, yes. Perhaps the casino recognized specific guests, or guests with a voice or look close enough for them to be assigned to that floor.
That's actually kind of a major plot point he dropped, thinking about it.
What, the people that were meeting a certain criteria got moved?
Yeah, well, Dean Domino is a performer that was going to perform here.
Well, yeah.
And his voice and appearance no longer match, so I don't know how it figured that out. But spoiler alert, he is backstage. I will not spoil where the other two ended up.
To do that, you need to get close, reset the signal, or blow their heads off. I'll leave the choice up to you. My preference? End them now. They're of no use. After all, it's safe to kill them now, provided you make it quick. You see?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. Now that we're done with the easy part of the heist, I can kill my team.
Right.
Set off the callers. Be done with it. So find them, deal with them, as long as you're fast and can get off the floor after killing them. The floors, whatever they line this place with, interferes with the caller frequency. So if you kill them, you should have some time to run. Just not sure how long. May not be consistent. More, less, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I believe pragmatically, or more importantly, out of trying to not be an asshole, I'd only kill the required kills.
Yeah. Also, I imagine this guy is definitely trying to get you to kill yourself on accident as well.
Oh, of course. He is now talking to me twice at once, by the way. I think for a second there I heard dog, but I don't think he's in this area.
I was wondering what the second voice...
No, yeah, I can hear him in the left cup right now.
Yeah.
Well, he's in the kitchen. Which I don't think has any significant meaning. That's just where he is.
Control is Master set me free. Dog needs to listen to me. If you do this, we both
Oh.
die. Dog wants to die. Don't care.
Oh, the two personalities are finally disagreeing out loud or something.
Interacting.
Tired of place. Master will help us. Please let me help us. If you don't, then you're going to
Must be a back entrance to the kitchen. Check the main casino side corridors. Find it.
back in the cage. Stop what you're doing.
Yeah, schizophrenia is fun or something.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
He's having a right old episode.
Look, not directly related to the schizophrenia thing, but if I ever simp for a lady, kill me like I'm going to kill him. This is not the first time I've said that. It will not be the last time. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. I'll make a lot more. I will never simp.
A single spark, or he sets off his collar.
Oh, my.
The casino's going to burn. Us, along with him. Shut off the gas valves or that idiot will kill us all.
Yeah, it's leaking gas.
Wait, is he here?
Yeah, he's right there. He sees me, by the way.
No, I know dog. Oh. Well, that ended that. But no, the guy that is talking to you
Oh,
says he'll kill us all. So he's there?
I don't know where he is right now, but that is a very high possibility. You do see him at the end of this. Or by the end of it.
So you have to sneak over there and subdue him?
I don't remember how I killed him. All I know is I successfully cut the video off after I killed him.
Shut off the gas valves or that idiot will kill us all.
Protect you. Always protect you.
You can do it, bud.
Good thing you have that Sneak 100 suit.
Oh, there's these knives. They're too sharp. One of the chefs almost killed himself. And we're losing cutting boards at least once a day. And we're running out of dish rags for the blood.
Wow. I mean...
There's a sheepish-looking Russian soldier. Can I has Bakhmut, please? I should stop browsing Twitter during this. Oh, yeah, I need to turn off the gas before I commit murder.
Yeah. Hey, a Salisbury steak. That was not a Salisbury steak.
Please let me help us. If you don't, then you're going to make casino burn. No more beef. Back in the cage.
Back in the cage!
All five.
I forget why his collar explodes this time.
Now get out before your collar blows.
Yeah, I could not tell you how that occurred of me. The doors were medically sealed due to a gas leak.
No.
Well, let's see what he has. Oh, the maintenance pass I needed. Oops.
Well, that sucks.
What a place to die, too, right on top of him.
Now get out
Right.
Like how he conveniently has an unburnt maintenance pass.
before your collar blows.
I have now slain Dog.
So did he just...
He was having
himself?
he was having like, I don't know how he killed himself. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell you, aside from he was trying to burn the whole place down. So he's...
Well, yeah. He did a
so-
terrible job of it. He had all that time and he just dropped the ball.
He's sort of succeeded, except his succeedingness only went about 2 feet.
Yeah. He set himself on fire real well.
Yeah. Anyways, there we go. Now I need to go drop a massive bull-breaking dump. Oh my god, my ass hurts.